What's up, y'all? Everyone said I'd be a failure for dropping out of high school and going a different path, but here's what happened instead. Go to school, study hard, get good grades, get a job, work 40 years, and then retire. That was the path I was supposed to go on. And I was this close to walking down that road that would have left me unfulfilled and miserable. Instead, I dropped out of high school in the beginning of my junior year to go all into my business, and that was the best decision I ever made. Fast forward to now, I'm 20 years old and make multiple five figures every single month. I get to travel the world whenever I want, and I just moved into a house in the Hollywood Hills. And honestly, the best part is I get to help other young entrepreneurs do the same exact thing. I'm making this video today so you can understand my full story, the story that I've never really shared on the internet, from how I went from a high school dropout with anxiety to building real financial freedom at 20 years old. So you can learn from my mistakes, take inspiration for your own journey, and finally achieve the life you've always wanted. So let me start from the beginning. I grew up my whole life in Portland, Oregon, and ever since middle school, I absolutely hated going to school. I hated being told what to do, and I hated just going down the normal path that everyone expected from me. I know this sounds cringe and like everyone else says, but it was the truth for me. I had really bad anxiety when I was in high school and through middle school as well. I used to skip class, never show up, teachers would get mad at me, and I just hated being told what to do. I've always thought totally different than everyone around me, and everyone just wanted to go the normal path, and I knew that wasn't right for me. So at the beginning of my junior year, I made the decision to drop out of high school. I hated all my teachers. My teachers hated me, said I wouldn't be anything. Seriously, this is the truth. And I knew I wanted to go on a different path, and I had to bet on myself. I ended up actually doing this fake online school thing to get my GED to make my mom happy. But honestly, I just cheated my way through that entire thing. I just paid people to do my work or used AI to cheat, and it was super easy. I was just working my business during that whole time. And here's what most people don't know about my story. I didn't just drop out and immediately start making money. I tried and failed at so many entrepreneurial endeavors until I made my first dollar. I tried trading at the beginning, then I went to dropshipping, then I went back to trading, and I made a little bit of money doing that. I got funded, I got a payout by TGR, his old prop firm actually. I had a Shopify store that made a couple $1,000s, but nothing ever stuck. And this cycle of trying and failing went on for a really long time, and I was that kid that dropped out of high school with big dreams but had no results to show for it. People were probably thinking I was just another dropout who was going to fail. But I kept grinding because I knew there had to be something out there for me. And then something shifted. I found wholesaling real estate, but I still failed and didn't make money at that for a long time until I found a good mentor. Just like any other beginner, I was doing everything wrong at the start, and I was following the traditional model. I was locking up a property and scrambling to find a buyer. It's happened to me 5+ times. I'd get deals under contract and couldn't sell them, and I almost gave up multiple times. But then something changed. I closed my first deal for a small assignment fee of $4,000, and that proved to me that I could do this. That was more money than I'd ever made online before, and it showed me that it was real. When that first deal happened, I went all in on wholesaling, specifically secured wholesaling. I started to network with buyers, and I was doing deals with people who were actually making money. The game changer was when I met my main mentor, Jeff, and him and I became boys. We've met up in person in Seattle at this point, and honestly, he's just been like an older brother to me. He's given me so many connections and opportunities, and that has just changed my entire entrepreneurial journey. I even flew out to San Diego to hang out in this multi-million-dollar compound with people doing millions of dollars a year, and I just tried to soak up as much information and knowledge as I could from them. I paid for my own ticket and my own Airbnb because I knew this was my shot to learn from people that were actually successful. This is why having a mentor is so important. It would have saved me those years of failure if I would have had the right guidance earlier on. Once I had the right mentorship, wholesaling started to make sense, and we just repeated the same blueprint over and over and over again. We figured out the secured wholesaling approach where you go find a buyer, you get exactly what they're looking for, and you only focus on deals that you know they're going to buy. No more gambling, no more hoping that someone would want our deals. Then we scaled up the team. Now I have an acquisition manager, and I have people that do lead gen for me in a bunch of different ways. We're closing deals consistently, and we're making the most money that we ever have. Now I have the amazing freedom that I always dreamed about. I have been to Japan 4 times. I'm planning more trips. I just moved into this house with my business partner, and I just absolutely love my life. I'm buying the cars I wanted, spending money on experiences, and just flying all over the place. The best part about this business model is I can do it from anywhere. I just need my laptop. I have literally closed deals from my hotel in Japan. But here's what's even better than the money and the lifestyle. I get to be the person for others that I wish I had when I was starting. Just a couple weeks ago, I popped up on my best friend from preschool's For You page, and he hit me up asking for business advice. And now I'm mentoring him. This means that I get to change people's lives who are my age. I get to be the person for others that I wish I had and save them years of time. And that feels amazing. With my venture, I'm now teaching young people how to do exactly what I did. I've taken people to become independent wholesalers like my student JJ, who closed 10 deals before he turned 18, students like Rosalie getting a 7.5K assignment fee. I just had a student Eves and a student Johnny who just closed their first deal. I have many others killing it and getting their first deal under contract like Zach, Whitman, Kyler, Faith, just to name a few. Those are tens of thousands of dollars of assignment fees just right there. My vision for the future is to continue doing this, teach more people, and just scale up the business in every way. I want to continue to take care of my friends and family and just travel the world while changing other people's lives. The reality is, I was once exactly where you are right now. I wanted to take a different path, and I just felt lost, scared, and I didn't know how to do it. Everyone was telling me to go back to school, get a real job, and just follow the safe route. But I knew there was something better and a different path out there for me. I knew I wasn't meant to work for someone else's dream my whole life. Here's what I learned from this whole journey. First, the normal path is not the only path. Just because other people are doing something does not mean it's right for you. Second, you're going to fail a lot before you finally succeed. I failed at trading, I failed at dropshipping, and then I even failed at wholesaling, but every lesson was learned through failure. Third, having the right mentor changes everything. I wasted years of time trying to figure it out on my own. If I would have had the mentor at the start, I can't even imagine where I'd be at by now. Fourth, once you find what works, go all in. As soon as I found secured wholesaling and started to make a little money, I dialed in and I said there was no plan B. Finally, success is not just about making money for yourself. The real fulfillment comes in helping others achieve the freedom that you have. So that's my story, from high school dropout with anxiety to building financial freedom at 20 years old. I'm telling you this not to brag, but to let you know that I was in the same place that you are right now, lost, confused, and not sure what to do with your life. Maybe you're working a job that you hate because your boss treats you like garbage, or maybe you're in college and just tired of your classes, or maybe you just want to buy a nice car and have some real freedom. The point is, you need to take the first step yourself to change your life for the better. No one is coming to save you. No one can do that but you. I hope this video inspires you to take that leap. If you are young, that is not a disadvantage, that is actually your biggest advantage. You have time, energy, and the ability to think differently than everyone else. If this story resonates with you and you're interested in secured wholesaling, I have tons more content on my profile that you can check out. And look, if you ever want that hands-on guidance like Jeff did to me to change my life, there's a link in the description of this video. No pressure at all. I just know how much having the right mentor changed everything for me. Either way, I'm rooting for you. Take the first step, bet on yourself, and do not let anyone tell you that you are too young or to just do the normal path. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if this video inspired you, and I'll see you in the next video.